everybody, just got done watching 1982's Class of 1984, starring Perry King, Timothy Van Patten, Michael J. Fox and Roddy McDowall. This one I've only actually seen once before, and I don't remember thinking that much of it. It's basically... It's about a new teacher that starts at this kind of inner city school full of anarchists and neo-Nazis, etc. And he doesn't like some of the shtick that's going down with some of the gangs, etc. So he tries to fight against it and, you know, be all good and everything, except of course they kind of overrun him and they start a vendetta against him, so he becomes a bit obsessed trying to get, you know, the authorities to take action, but the authorities are just like, well, we can't prove anything, yada yada yada. So it kind of comes to a head when the group, this gang goes after the teacher, Andrew Norris, played by Perry King, when they go after his wife, pregnant wife. So obviously stories about anarchic school kids, teens, etc. is not exactly something new. Of course the story that's always been told is that, for the most part, is that, you know, there's these troublesome kids and normally the teacher steps in and changes them, etc. This one is definitely not one of those. These teens are very, very brutal, and my main problem with this movie is that there's no real drive for them. All the way through this movie, it just felt like it was like fear-mongering. It starts with this like credits bit where it says about how many teachers were killed or injured in the US, you know, the previous year or something, and it's like there's no schools like this one in this movie, Lincoln High. They're like, there's no schools at the moment like Lincoln High yet. And the theme song sung by Alice Cooper is I Am the Future, and it really kind of does feel like it's pandering to that whole kind of, you know, punks and anarchists are evil and they should be stopped, and yeah, I know, I mean, the whole kind of punk movement and early 80s anarchy, neo-Nazi stuff was before I was, you know, it was slightly before my time, so I have no real concept of it other than from like history and movies. But I mean, it's something that still happens today. I mean, as I said, this kind of thing is centuries old, if you will. This is not a new phenomena. But obviously I understand during that time, and as well, this is American, so that inner city kind of, like I say, I don't have a true connection to that, so I know that some parts get really bad. But this, it does feel like it's going for that kind of hatred, pandering kind of thing towards people that can go, anarchists are evil, punk is wrong, you know, this, that and the other. And it kind of got distracting. Because the head of this main gang, Stegman, played by Timothy Van Patten, he's like a genius. He's amazing at playing the piano and that. And, you know, there's this whole thing where you think that maybe he will come out a little bit more and stuff. He doesn't. That whole bit about him being, I don't know if they were trying to show another side to these people, you know, skinheads and all that stuff, but it didn't work. And it just felt like there was this, like, hammer, 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 hammer. These kids, these youths are evil. Bang, 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 bang. And I was like, that's not to say it's a bad movie. It's actually not that bad. If you want to see something different to the standard bad kids, good teacher, teacher change kids. If you want to see something different from that, then yeah. But it just felt they felt no, I get that not everything has to have a reason and rhyme. Not everything has to have a motivation. You know, there are so many like villains and that in movies where they don't always have a motivation. Sometimes they're just off their head. And to be fair, these teens are high on drugs and stuff, so that's probably a good reason why they're acting the way they are. But I don't know, it was just something that kept bugging me the whole time, even though I was actually genuinely kind of enjoying the movie. Michael J. Fox is not really in this much. I think this was around the time, or just before, maybe just before he was in Family Ties. So he's very young in this. A bit of puppy fat and acne. It's kind of funny to see. And that awful bowl cut that he had years ago. But I picked this up purely because he was in it. Because the funniest thing is he's listed on the front of the case as if he's a main star. And of course, he is now, but at the time he wasn't. To the best of my knowledge, see look, even the subtitle, "We are the future," and "Nothing can stop us." See, it's that kind of mentality. And it's 18 rated, quite understandably. There is a lot of violence in this. But then a lot of it, there's not... I think it's mainly the swearing content, probably why it's 18 rated. But it's not that it's a bad movie. I'm completely rambling now because I do find it enjoyable to watch. Except for the ending, which is completely flat, completely rushed. They have the husband trying to save his wife. He essentially kills all the spoilers, sorry. He essentially kills everybody in the gang. And then there's this like text bit, just one bit where it says, at the very end, Andy Norris escaped prosecution because the police could not find anybody who saw anything. I'm sorry, the fact that he was the only one there when this teen fell through the sky window, hanging by a rope, that is the worst investigative police ever. That just really sucked. There was no proper closure. And, you know, we don't know what happened to the wife. I mean, because she got raped, we don't know if she still had the kid or that. And I mean, although it's inspired by pockets of stories from schools and that, it's not a true story. So, of course, who cares what happens at the end, right? But I do care. I like closure at the end of a movie. And I just didn't get that with this. So, it's a mixed bag. It's got problems with it. It's got annoying problems with it that distract me. But at the same time, it's a nice little twist on the school genre, the school movie genre. So if you've watched a lot of these kind of things like To Sir With Love, Dangerous Minds, etc., check this one out, because it is a different kind of take. It's a lot more violent. It's an interesting one. I guess I'd give it a 6 out of 10. It's just above average. Because, like I say, I didn't at any point kind of sit there and go, oh, for goodness sakes, when's this stopping? I watched it through to the end without any problems. So, if you get a chance, if you want a good violent drama, if you will, check out 1982's Class of 84. That was tonight's movie. We'll be back again tomorrow, but for now, this is Sketch, signing out.